Welcome to a new review series. This is. I'll shake the mics on. This is my review of Fullmetal Alchemist. And review part 1. There's probably going to be about a dozen videos for this one because, well, I'm reviewing not only the. Right now, for this one, I'm reviewing the. For this one, on the following two videos, I'm reviewing the remake series of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Excuse me. And then basically the way these reviews are going to go is that part 1, this one is going to cover the first 20 episodes. Part 2 is 21 to 40. Part 3 is the final 24 episodes. Part 4 is the OVAs. Part 5 is the live action film that came out recently. And then pretty much like the next couple after that will be on the original series. Yes, I will do a review of that. And that will probably be parts like 6 and 7. 8 will probably be the two, probably its OVAs. And part 9 will probably be the two anime films that series had. Now, Fullmetal Alchemist is a series that takes place around the era of World War One. Yeah, but it's kind of like an alternate World War One in a way. I mean, everybody's pretty much wearing like World War One era uniforms, and this kind of has reminiscence of Germany in a way. I mean, the leader is called the Fuhrer, and his name is King Bradley. Now, let me look up and see who voices him. Now, there is a few familiar voice actors because I'm watching the English dub. Let's see. For King Bradley, he is, if I can find him on here. I know he's on here. Just got to find him on here. Let's see. He is voiced, of course, he's also known as Wrath. Yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. He's voiced by Ed Bollock. I'm not familiar with this guy, but there is a few familiar faces when it comes, familiar voices when it comes to. This is of course the Funimation dub I'm watching in this series because of the one dubbed for it. You have Alex Lewis Armstrong voiced by the awesome Christopher Sabat. Yeah, this is probably like. It seems like when it comes to him, I've run into almost every single Funimation dub that I've watched for an anime, except for 2. He's done basically at least one voiceover. The only 2 I haven't seen him in that Funimation did do dub for, one was Toriko because they never finished dubbing it. The other, of course, was Dragon Academy. And there are others. You also have Colleen Chickenbeard. Yep, and she voices Rise Hawkeye. Those of you unfamiliar with her, she voiced Gohan from the Dragon Ball franchise, Urza from Fairy Tail. She also currently voices Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. She also voiced Mary from the Eye Patch Lady from Soul Eater. She voices several characters, but when you hear her voice, when you hear the way she voices Rise, it's very similar to how she did it for Urza Scarlet. Christopher Sabat gives the same style performance he does pretty much almost all of his characters, but they're not the only ones basically from Funimation regulars. There's also Sonny Stret, who is basically famous for voicing Krillin from the Dragon Ball franchise, and on One Piece he voices Usopp. Here he voices May Hughes. That's really the guy's name. It's May Hughes. There's also another Funimation regular. I've only seen him in outside of Dragon Ball. Besides not being in that, he was also in a couple other series, like I mentioned, Toriko. He was in Toriko. He was not in Dragon Academy. I had no plans to review that one. He voices Ling, one of the many children of the Emperor of this land called Shing, which is, from what I can tell, is supposed to be a take on China. That's what I can tell. I mean, the way he dresses, he definitely looked like he could be coming from China of all places. I highly doubt Japan. It's probably China. Yeah. Let's see. There's also Lust, who is voiced by Laura Bailey. Yeah, this is probably the 3rd series I've actually heard her do it, like probably the 4th one, because the first one was Naruto she had been in when she voiced Anko. In Soul Eater, it was, well, Maka. Here she voices Lust. Yep, that's who she voices. The main characters, the main 2 in the series, voiced by Vic Magdamia and Moxie Whitehead. Yeah. Most of these dub actors did do the original series, except for the guy who does Alfonso. They actually placed him for this series because the original actor, he got into puberty, so he wasn't able to reprise his role from the original series when this remake happen. Caitlin Glass does Winry. Travis Willingham does Roy Mustang. There's also Scar, voiced by J. Michael Tunham. And there's also Gluttony, voiced by Chris Carson. Envy, Wendy Powell. Though looking at Envy, it looks like a girl, but it sounds like a guy's voice. That's really weird. Yeah. Greed, of course, I've only heard his voice in a couple episodes. Yeah, basically, I've only got through his first voice actor, which is Chris Patton. For the rest of the series, he's voiced by Troy Baker. Yep, and yeah, and this is another series where you get a chance to see Patrick Stoltz doing a voiceover. I haven't got to hearing his voice yet, but this is probably going to be my 11th series I have heard his voice on. Yeah, 11 anime. Wow, that is a lot of series for like one guy. For Colin Conley, I think this is probably for her. Let's see. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Super obviously, One Piece, Fairy Tail, Soul Eater. For her, it's just the 7th series I've heard her voice in. As for Sonny Strutt, I think this is his, I'd say 4th, because actually he was in Dragon Ball Z, GT, gotta count Super, One Piece, and Soul Eater. Yeah, he's the one who voiced the character Ragnarok, the guy who was part of that Kana character who, it's unknown if this character was a boy or girl, and the writer left it ambiguous. Yep. But yeah, a lot of familiar faces when it comes to voiceovers. The only one that's actually not in this series that I'm looking up right now, thanks to Wikisite basically, yeah, for some reason, this is also another one where it doesn't have the voice of Goku doing any of the roles. Yeah, but I'm only like 20 episodes in. And for the first episodes, they only covered the first 44 chapters. So some of the order these way these chapters go was a bit bizarre. Like, in the first episode, it's completely original, featuring a freeze alchemist basically tearing throughout the whole city. And in this episode, you had debut of pretty much some of the known characters of the whole series. Winry does not make her debut in this episode. She makes her debut in episode 3, but she doesn't fully, that person that was in the flashback, present day, doesn't show up until like a few episodes later, not until like episode 5. So it takes her a little while for her to show up in the series. And for the most part, it follows the manga really well. A few changes here and there. And of course, it's just as violent as it is in the manga. And now, for what these characters are, I mean, what's Fullmetal Alchemist? What's the character himself? Ed. He's basically a guy who's got a metal arm and a metal leg. He lost his arm and leg while trying to do a ritual, trying to bring back his dead mother, which failed. Yep, it's actually the 20 episodes in, and of course, remember it's the manga, that he actually failed at bringing her back. And it turns out the creature brought back was not their mother at all, because according to Ed, their mother had light chestnut hair. Basically, she was a brunette. Yep. Alfonso is in his big bulky armor. He's basically in this of the entire series up until toward the end when he gets his actual body back. Winry is this, well, she's basically their mechanic, and she's also the one who fixes Ed's arm and leg. She's also the one who actually made them in the first place. And one thing I noticed, though, it seems like there's like several characters who are blondes. Not only Ed and his brother Al, because he's buying a flashback. Winry, their father, Rise Hawkeye is a blonde as well. Basically, there's about several characters who are blondes, and they look very similar to each other. Heck, even half the time you can't even tell if it's Winry or Ed you're looking at because of how similar the characters are. Alfonso is the same way. There's actually a little girl pops up, and she doesn't do very much. Let me see if I can find her. She is Mi Cheng, and she's voiced by Monica Rail. Let's see if I can look her up here, see what work she did. Let's see here. Wait, hold on. I think I look her up in here. Yeah, she later on becomes the love interest of Fonzo. Yeah. Which, oh, by the way, in episode 2, when they do pretty much the first couple chapters, it's exactly like the first chapter. It's like hardly any change. Like, they mistake Al for Ed because he's taller. Because they think, oh yeah, tall guy, big brother. Yeah, it's a comic confusion in the manga as well. She, of course, was in several other series aside from this one. The only one series I've heard her voice in, aside from this one, was let's see, she was the voice. She's the voice of the moment DBZ Kai. She plays Marija Struts from Fairy Tail. So I got many Fairy Tail alumni in here, which Fairy Tail's come back later this year. She was also in Tokyo Ghoul, voicing the character Rise. Yep. Yeah, Rise only appeared just in the opening episode, plus a few flashbacks. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. Nope, there's like nothing else. Though she's the current voiceover for Bulma right now. Yeah, it's something though that a fully grown woman is voicing a little girl. Yeah, this is nothing unusual for a, a dub actress like this. I mean, look at Naruto. Naruto for the past like I would say almost let's say I think it's about 14 I'd say about I think it's about 13 14 years by now voiced by a woman the whole time. Luffy is voiced by a woman. So having a fully grown voice little girl, this is nothing unusual. Yep. And these are a really good set of episodes, and it covers like a good chunk of the known story. Maria Ross, however, who is one of the characters who kind of is like Rise Hawkeye, and it's very heavily implied in the manga. They haven't got this in anime yet. I haven't got the part of the anime yet. It's very heavily implied that Roy Mustang and Rise Hawkeye have a thing for each other, despite the fact that the colonel and he's basically his lieutenant. Let's see. Maria Ross is voiced by Meredith McCoy. Oh yeah, and she's a raven hair character. Yeah, she's got black hair. Let's see if I can get to her. Yeah, um, Van Hollen basically, who is Al and Ed's father, he's voiced by John Sweeney. There we go, Meredith McCoy. Let's see. She was also she basically plays Android 18. Yeah, she's the current actress. She's basically the actress who does Android 18, and she also was in Yu Hakusho playing the character Asiu or she. I'm not really sure who this character is. It's been a while since I've watched Yu Hakusho. I'll look her up on here. Let's see. She's the main. She voiced the main character's mother. Interesting. So overall, for these first 20 episodes, are really really good, and it's getting interesting though. But I'm not gonna go directly back to watch episode 21 next. I'm gonna do next the second fairy tale film, Dragon Cry. Yes, the dub finally came out for it, so I'm gonna be released. So I'm gonna watch that next, and then I'm gonna head back to Fullmetal Alchemist to pretty much resume the rest of the series until I finish it up. Okay, but don't expect part 3 to be up tomorrow. Probably not until maybe this weekend because I'll be going back to work tomorrow. So it'd be kind of slow getting these next 20 episodes done. So it might be either Saturday or Sunday when I get a chance to finish these 20 episodes. Who knows? It just depends, okay? But until we see you in the next video, bye.